Hey folks, my name is Askar, and today I would like to guide you through my journey of building product management practice for the SRE team at Forto. I joined the team in June last year. Before that, I was always working on the customer facing team, and it was the first time I was joining the platform team. The role is technical product owner, and I was thinking, what could be different? And it turns out a lot of things. However, we don't really have a lot of shared knowledge about what it means to start as a PM on the platform team. So I want to talk a little bit about how I started, where I went, and what were the learnings on that path. Let's start with the role. I was conducting the customer interview, and he told me, "So you're the guy who is responsible for our sandbox environment, eh? Which is not working, by the way." Which brought me to the understanding that there is really a lot of different expectations coming on the role and not a lot of clarity of what it actually means. There was an expectation from the team when I got hired that they could just focus on writing the code and solving big infrastructure problems. There was an expectation from the management who just wants to know the plan of the team and make sure that they can provide their input to that planning process. And there is an expectation from the customers who just want to experiment fast and have a stable production and testing environment. To address all of that, I ended up writing a Confluence page, which was clearly outlining that the focus of my work will be on identifying the customers, their problems, and their needs, and making sure that the initiatives that the team is working on have clear dependencies outlined, as well as the success and progress criteria measurements. Once that was done, I actually started taking a look at the initiatives backlog, and it was really not clear what the team is working on and why. It starts all the way down from the new tools and technologies being released, and they have to be tried out or introduced to the platform offering, all the way down to the initiatives which come out as the action points out of the post incident reviews, production outages, testing system outages, and this list keeps going on. Not to mention the variety of customers that you are facing once you work on the platform team. So, what you can do as a product manager for this problem? One of the methods that the product team at Forto is using is three horizons. It is a workshop that is conducted once a year where the teams break down their work into few buckets of the innovation that each initiative is bringing. For our team, we ended up identifying that the core business and making sure that the production environment is maintained, sandbox and testing environments are maintained, and there is no risk in rolling out features by the product teams is the Horizon 1. Horizon 2 are the feature work where we have high certainty that they will be used and we have more or less clear value offering for the platform offering. And the Horizon 3 is all of the stuff which is new and shiny and we should try it out, but we don't really even know if it will be useful for the organization. Let's circle back for a moment to the fact that there is a lot of things happening at any given point of time. And the platform teams have to support other teams whenever they are facing any issues while rolling out their features, or whenever there is a product outage, whenever there is a security incident, and so on and so forth. And it's really not even clear who is the main customer or what is the main goal of the team. What we also faced while working together on identifying the initiatives for the team was the fact that there is not a clear separation line between the things that belong in the platform and the things that should be built on top of the platform by the product feature teams. It turns out it's really helpful to have mission, vision, and purpose statements written down for these cases. For our team, we decided that the main focus will be self-service runtimes and the developer productivity. What is important to understand here is that mission and vision are not fixed artifacts which never change. They should be reiterated on and they should be collaborated on with the team. It is not a sole responsibility of the product manager or the product owner to define those and never change them again. Whenever the team starts working on the new sets of problems, the vision and the mission can obviously change alongside with them. Now, if we think about the things that could be done in order to avoid distractions while working in the teams, I found it's very useful to define the long-term goals for the teams. Basically provide some alignment in terms of, are we doing the right things? Do we need to realign on the bigger initiatives that the team should be focusing on? And write down at least a yearly overview of the goals that have to be revisited every month and every quarter. What we figured out is that SLAs are not good OKRs, and it's really good to have a formulated hypothesis to back up your goals. Now, once the goals are set, it's also a good practice to perform a reality check on your planning process. As I've been saying before, we had a lot of initiatives and no clear understanding of what and why has to be done. And everything seemed to be equally important. So we used the roadmap as a reality check. We have in our backlog 40 initiatives, and realistically, there are only 26 sprints in a given year. And there is a legitimate question of, can we do all of them? No, obviously we can't. So what are the initiatives that we really have to focus on? What we ended up doing is we agreed on the work in progress limit, and we used the tools and automation out there to make sure that we have a rough overview of the initiatives that have to be worked on through the year, and also a very clear understanding of what the team is doing and focusing on for the upcoming 3 months. What also helps is setting up the due dates and taking monthly snapshot just to make sure that the planning is not terribly wrong, and understand what is the moment of time when you have to adjust your plan and make sure that everybody knows that the adjustment is happening. Now let's talk a little bit about the problems and the milestones that I faced on that journey. We started from the point of time where the team didn't really have a clear overview of what is the plan and what are the main goals. So the curve to come up with a plan and make sure that there is a rolling progress on it was very, very steep. But the first indication of success here was, for me at least, the time when the team went from the statements of, oh, this is so frustrating to have a plan and put so much effort into the planning process, to the point of time when they started saying, why are we changing the plan? This is just bringing too much stress. We have already performed all of the planning, let's just stick to it. Now, one more problem that I haven't been counting on is that on the platform team, especially on the SRE team, not everybody is comfortable with writing code, which you don't normally face in the customer-facing product engineering teams. This is a big problem, and there is no silver bullet to avoid it. What I can say is we started writing a little bit more code bit by bit, and it's okay to keep that process slowly. At some point of time, the team rebounded from being afraid of writing code to the fact that everything now has to be coded by our own, and this is obviously also a moment to watch out for as the PM on the platform team. And last but not least, the frustration around the planning and realignment processes. It is important to make sure that the process of planning is smooth and everybody is in the habit of adjusting the plan. And it's not just the responsibility of the TPM or TPO to make sure that the plan is up to date and everybody knows what to do, but involve the team into the process, which leads to the fact that people get more comfortable in realigning and having discussions about the priorities within the team and within the organization. So, just to circle back, we have taken a look at my journey at the SRE team at Forto on a very high level of the details, at a few best practices that I was lucky to be able to apply in the team, and a few problems and the milestones. I hope that was useful. Thank you so much for your attention and have a good day. Bye.